In celebrating Women's Month, TMP is dedicating the whole month of August to women.
Time of the day, please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call my friends. Let's go and be changed. TMP is doing the most. TMP is doing the most. It's the time of the day, please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call my friends.
Hello everybody, welcome back to The Miracle Perspective. This is the TMP Legends Show. In particular, the TMP Women's Kudos. As we're celebrating Women's Month, I will keep reminding you this, that we love you women and we appreciate you. And as another special, a very, very special one, I have a very special guest. This one, not many of you know about her. She's always behind the scenes. You know me and my older sister. Well, the oldest sister. But today, I have my older sister, the one that I come directly after. And I'm so excited to have this conversation with her. And she goes by the name of Outreach Faith Amana. How are you, madam? Welcome to the TMP.
Thank you so much. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much. You look beautiful. Very beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, I'm blushing.
So guys, Madam Amana is a lawyer and acting attorney. She works for a big law firm. Not gonna mention the name, but yeah, she's a professional in that field. And she's a very, very straightforward person. She will tell you right here and now if you are out of line, and you will come back to line. And that's what I love about her. And today we're going to talk about something very important, because her situation, well, she's married to a pastor, a Nigerian pastor. She's South African, a Tsonga South African. Already you can hear where this is going. So she defied all the norms and standards and all the beliefs that we had culturally and all those things. So just tell us a little bit about your situation as a person, a Tsonga lady who's a son of a pastor and married to a Nigerian man. Wow. With all the stigmas around that.
Okay, hello guys, and thank you so much, my brother, for having me here. I'm so excited to be here today. And the question is simple and a bit difficult. I know it's not an easy thing to be a South African and be a pastor's daughter and marry a Nigerian. And looking at where we come from, well, I think at my time, when I was now dating this Nigerian man, that Nigerian thing was still...
it was a big thing.
Yeah, it was a big thing. When you date a Nigerian, to be like, what? What are you doing? These people are bad people. So it was really not that easy, but I had to be strong. Because, you know, when somebody's in love, you are in love, bruh. So yes, I was in love.
And I know when you were in love, I mean, there's this struggle between love, cultural beliefs, what people say. What are people gonna say? Like, didn't those thoughts cross your mind? What are people gonna say?
They actually did. It was quite hard. I was 23 by then. I met my husband a long time ago. So I was still young. I was not that mature to be like, okay, I can deal with it. It was really hard because I don't know, you people know that our father is like a big person where we come from. He's pastoring a big church. So it was this thing that, okay, now I'm dating a Nigerian and I'm planning to get married to this Nigerian guy. What will people say? So it really affected me to a point where we nearly broke up. Because I would always come to him and take out the stress on him. And then it was always giving pressure on our relationship. And I didn't have like a best way to handle the pressure and the whole situation. So it was really, really hard. But it got to a point where I had to speak to myself and to just introspect myself and to have like a real conversation with my own self that, okay, now that I'm doing this and I really love this person and the person has all the qualities that I want in a man, and now I'm thinking about what will people say when I get married to this person. Will these people be here when I'm now married? And these people, what is happening in their lives? Some of them, they are married. They are not even happy. They are married to South Africans, but they are not happy. And some of them are happy, but they are living their lives. So am I going to live my life based on what people say, or I'm going to live my life based on what I say and what I want for my own self and my future?
So with that in place, I mean, at that time, I remember you grew up as a person who was very outgoing, open-minded. I remember at some point you wanted to marry a white person.
Yeah.
It changed. You wanted to marry a Zimbabwean.
A Zimbabwean was the one, actually.
So, like, with those aspirations as you were growing up, and now you met this Nigerian guy, and now you have the element of pressure. Did you decide to go ahead with this guy because of your initial aspiration of wanting to marry a person of another culture? Or was it at the moment you didn't think about all those things? It was just a thing of the moment where you're looking at the current situation and you want to handle it as you see it now?
Okay. What happened was I didn't mind getting married to a white person, getting married to a Zimbabwean, but not a Nigerian. A Nigerian was like, no. Even when I met him, I saw him, I was like, oh, who's this guy? And then when we now got talking, I asked him, where are you from? He said, Nigerian. I was like, okay, no way. I'm not getting myself into this. I never, ever wanted a Nigerian because of what the society is saying about Nigerians. I was also like that. I'm like, no way, not a Nigerian. But after realizing the kind of person that he was, then I had to forget about where he's coming from. I had to forget about the Nigerian and all that. I was like, okay, I'm not looking for a Nigerian. I'm looking for a husband who's going to take care of me and love me and treat me like a queen.
How did you deal with the family pressure?
It was... Well, the family that I come from, thank God for my dad and my mom and you guys, my siblings. It wasn't really too much on me, but yes, it was there. Because, you give birth to a child and then you are waiting for a child to come and tell you that I'm getting married to a Tsonga guy who stays in Dwarsloop. We're from Role. So you're looking at going to visit your in-laws every weekend, all that. And then now here I am saying I'm getting married to a Nigerian. And then my parents are like, what? So we and maybe here at TMP that we grew up, we're like this. Our parents are just like this. They don't want us to go anywhere. So now my parents were like, what? So you're going to get married to a Nigerian and you just go to Nigeria. We'll never, ever see you again. But it really took God to intervene for them to really understand and make peace. And after when they met him, they realized that, okay, he's not a bad person. He's a good guy. And then, things were flowing. Everything was now fine. The pressure was not that much. The only pressure that I had was from the church and the people around, not really from my family. My family, they were so supportive.
So what is it that made you get to that point where you decide that, you know what, I can see all these things coming at me, but I'm just going to go with this guy. Like, now it's done. I'm ready to settle. Come what may, I am going to go with my guy. What is that one thing that maybe you saw in him, or maybe you saw in yourself and decided to say, I'm going with this?
Obviously, it has to be in him because... my brother, marriage is not a joke. Marriage is like a big thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Marriage, a lot of people say marriage is hard. Yes, it is. So you have to be sure with the person that you're about to get married to. So I had qualities. I guess everybody has qualities that I want my man to be like this, like this, like this, like that. So he really met a lot of qualities. Number one, it was the way he loved God. That was like my first requirement that you must have a relationship with God. Because if you have a relationship with God, you are going to be different from the other men. Things will be easy because I'm a Christian. And then if we now believe in different things, it's going to be hard. We can't now, I'm going to church and you are going, on Friday you are going to drink, and then we meet maybe on Monday when we are going to work. So his love for God, that's what just took me, and the way he was treating me, his love, the love that he was showing me, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I want.
So when you got married, it was a year after Righteous got divorced.
Yeah.
So how was that for you? How did that affect you? Like her divorce, the way things were with her as your older sister. She got married a year ago, she got divorced a year ago, and now here you are, you want to get married. What was going on in your mind? Did you not feel scared? Were you not scared? Were you not?
No, I wasn't. It was a difficult situation, of course, for everybody. But I wasn't, because I was already in a relationship with my husband, my fiance then, for like 4 years, I think. So I knew the person he was. And as I said, that first requirement, the person must know God. So I knew the mistakes that my sister did. And it actually gave me an opportunity to now look deeper into my man, to say, okay, the mistakes that my sister did, I need to look at them here and make sure that I don't repeat the same mistake.
Nice.
So it paved my way, and it opened my eyes to say, okay, I must also look at this and look at this and look at that. So after doing that, I was now satisfied. I was like, okay, I'm going ahead. Her situation did not change my decision. And I know for somebody it would have been a difficult one to say, okay, a South African man is doing this to my sister, and now I'm going all over in Panzamananga. I'm going to Nigeria. But it really didn't really affect me that much.
So now, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there, they want to, right now, they might be taking two stories to learn out of this. One can say, all right, if she can marry a guy against all odds, against all cultural beliefs, all external pressures, it means I also can marry a guy who's an ex-convict coming from jail because I love him. I mean, if I'm in love with him, let me screw what people are thinking. Maybe this guy is coming from a background where, let's say if there's a conflict of belief system, maybe the background of the guy is of a Sangoma, something like that. And then she is from a pastoral family, but she loves this guy. Like, someone would be taking that as a go ahead. If she did it, I can also do it. But where do you draw the line between looking at that reality and say, actually, this I must take a look at it and think. And when do I follow my heart? Do you get my question? So how do you draw the line? What do you say to those people out there who are conflicted, stuck in this pressure of family, external issues, beliefs, and love?
Then they must get me right. Me getting married to a Nigerian doesn't mean that I had to let go of my parents' advices. I was willing to break off from the relationship if my parents called me and said, this and this and this, we don't understand with this guy. I was really, really willing, because what I did after I met him, we met in October, and then when I saw that things are now getting a bit serious, we were not dating as yet. And then April, I went home. I set my parents down. I told them, this is what is happening. I met this guy. This guy is Nigerian. And the guy is looking like he's serious. He wants to marry me. What do you think? So my parents told me what they think, and they advised me, and I took the advices. The advice was that go and take your time, know this person, make sure that you investigate, you know everything, you know where he's coming from. Background, family background is the most important thing ever. Because if you say now, the guy is from, in their houses, there are sangomas or something like that, but he's a Christian, you need to know that those are his roots. those things will definitely affect you in your marriage. Whether the person is a changed person. I know of a family where we come from in the village. The guy is a pastor. His mother is a sangoma. And she is into it. But the guy is a pastor. And they're having issues right now. Because those things and this Christian thing, they're not getting, like, you can't mix those two together. So you have to look at that. If you feel that you are very strong, you can really deal with that. You spiritually, you are powerful, you can deal with that, go for it. But you really need to look at it. You can't now say, this is my husband. You can't separate him from his family. Whatever that is happening in his family will follow him. And it will follow you, it will follow your children. So family background is the most important thing. You don't just look at the person and say, okay, I like this person and he's a good guy and this and this and that. So you really need to take advices from your family, from your parents, and also look at all the things, like external things, because family is important. His father, my father, they will be part of us. So yes, you can now say, no, I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to look at my guy or look at my woman. No, you also need to look at all the other things and all the family members and all those things, so that when you are in the marriage, you don't have issues.
Last question. I like that. I like the fact that you are saying you went home, you told the parents, and you told them that, hey, I'm marrying a Nigerian guy. And what they said to you was that, take your time, understand who this guy is, learn his background, learn whatever it is to learn. And when you are satisfied, then we are happy. And you made that decision because you were satisfied.
Yes.
And the parents said, okay, if that's the case, go
I
ahead.
actually, after when I spoke to them, they said, okay, take your time. I went back to them. I said, I think I've taken enough time now. And this is what I found. This is how the guy is. And I would like you to meet him. And my parents met him. My father asked him questions that he wanted to ask. And my father was like, okay, I'm fine. You can go ahead.
Actually, I like that, because I usually talk about that on some of the TMP Q&A Wednesday sessions, where I address the issue of getting involved with a man. I usually advise that for women out there, if you want to minimize your chances of heartbreaks, introduce your man to your father or a male mentor if you don't have a father. So they interview this guy.
Yeah.
They will tell you if this guy is high risk or go ahead. So it's what you said and it's what you did.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
right now you are happy.
Like, I can't even explain my happiness. I was not like this.
Yeah, the image of God has also expanded.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. So the last question, and this is because it's Women's Month, and it's an appreciation to all the women out there. What do you love about being a woman?
I love being a mother. The fact that I'm now a mother, that's what I love. And being a mother, it changed a lot of things. It made me respect my mother even more. I realized that, wow, my mother is a strong woman. From the process of being pregnant and giving birth, it made me respect women. Like, I respect the girls who are having children without their fathers. And it made me think that, you know what, we need to teach our brothers, we need to teach you that if it happens that you impregnate a girl, you need to take responsibility. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. And I really respect those girls who are taking the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to carry this child and I'm going to give birth to this child and I'm going to take care of this child without the father of the baby. It's not an easy thing to be pregnant for 9 months without any support, without the father of the child. It's not an easy thing to take care of a baby without the father. Women are strong people, and I really respect every woman. And to our brothers, please take responsibility. If it happens that something happens along the way, we don't judge you, please. Just take responsibility, take care of your kids. Another thing is that my child is just 7 months. When it's just me and him, he'll be happy. But when the father comes in, he'll be looking at the dad, looking at me, and then you see the smile. You see that the child is so happy. And it made me understand when women say, when they're in a relationship that is not even working, and they say, I'm not going to divorce this man because of my children. I now understand it even more, that they just don't want to take that happiness out of their kids. And I now see it in my child. I'm like, I also cannot divorce. I was telling my husband, I'm like, now I understand what they mean when they say I can't go out of this marriage because of my children. It means a lot to be in a house where you have a mother and a father.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful stuff. And by the way, guys, it's 3 days before her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
She shares a birthday with my mother.
Mom.
So this is a special happy birthday to you, mommy, at home. Happy birthday to you. I love you so much. And happy birthday to you, my sister.
Thank
I love you so much.
Love you, Mom.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And I am very happy that I got you here. And next time we're going to come back and talk about lighter stuff. We had to get this out of the way and to just get a word out there for people who might be in the same situation as you.
Yeah.
And I think this was some nuggets, valuable nuggets that everyone got value from. So thank you for watching. See you again next week.
Thank you.
It's finished.
Miracle perspective is in the area. Perspective. It's finished.